Welcome to Nexus Consultancy. We provide professional and strategic services specializing in ISO management systems standards on quality, environmental, occupational health and safety, food safety and many other standards. At Nexus Consultancy, consulting is more than just giving advice. To us, consulting is about building the connection with customers, solving their problems, implementing the change and at last, and helping them to grow. Our company's purpose is simple, which is to empower business and people. We have dedicated 14 years in helping businesses to achieve operational processes improvement and ISO certifications. Having served thousands of companies, Nexus Consultancy has truly built a legacy in helping customers achieve long-term business growth. We have served companies from GLCs, SMEs to big corporations from wide range of industries. We will work closely with you to create a customized consultation as unique as you are, offering you a truly value-added service which fulfill your business needs and objectives. We believe in what we do, and we would like to do it for you.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for all of you over the world, and welcome to our webinar today on building a culture of food safety, 3 tips and strategy for success. I am Patient from Nexus Consultancy. I'm excited to be here with you today to talk about this important topic. Okay, as we know, food safety is essential for health and well-being for everyone who consumes the food. But it is not just a matter of following the standard and regulation set by the authority. It is about creating a culture of food safety within our organization. So, in this webinar today, we will be discussing 3 key tips and strategy for building a culture of food safety that will help to ensure the safety and quality of food we produce and serve. We will be exploring practical ways to create a shared understanding of the importance of food safety to foster a sense of ownership and accountability for food safety throughout the organization and to continuously improve our food safety practice. So I hope that you will find this webinar informative and valuable, and I look forward to share with you all the insight. So let's get started. So in today's webinar, basically we will talk about what is food safety culture, and then 3 tips for implementing a strong food safety culture, success story of one of the reputable food manufacturing, and conclusion. So, do you know about what is food safety culture? You can share your opinion in the chat box. So, what is food safety culture? Food safety culture is a set of shared value, belief, and attitude that will affect mindset and behavior towards the food safety in, across, and throughout an organization, like your production, storage, handling, preparation. So a culture is built from the food safety attitude, value, belief shared by a group of people making up its culture. The combination determines the commitment and robustness of your organization food safety management system. Your food safety culture basically reflects how you work to make the food safe around. In addition, a food safety culture should reflect in behavior and attitude of each worker. Therefore, it is more than a food safety policy printed on a piece of paper. It is more towards like an entire mindset and lifestyle embraced by an organization. In another word, we can say it is an organization culture. Do you agree that culture can be good or bad? We would like to hear from you whether a culture can be good or bad. Okay, so have you encountered this before? I believe a lot of people were complaining about, okay, why do the people systematically violate the safety and hygiene rule despite training and being advised of the food safety consequences? I believe this happened in organization a lot. And then we always had encountered customer who complain to us that, okay, we have quite a number of non-compliant found during the internal audit or external audit. We are not ready for the audit. So have you encountered this? You can share your opinions in the chat box. Okay, and then the facility, the organization have food recall incident and also foodborne illness before. So have you encountered this before? You may share your opinions in the chat box. So all of this above is actually reflect that a poor food safety culture happened in the organization. Okay, why do we need the food safety culture? According to WHO, almost 1 in 10 people in the world fall illness after eating contaminated food. 420,000 of people die every year from the foodborne illness. So this sounds serious, right, for you? And food outbreak cost a company millions of dollars in terms of lawsuit, brand damage, and product recall. So it is important that a strong food safety culture and protocol in the food manufacturing industry to prevent the product recall and to protect the consumer. By investing in food safety, company can avoid all these financial and reputation costs of a recall and ultimately contribute to a success of their business. So this is the reason why we need to avoid poor food safety culture and we need to implement a strong food safety culture and protocol. So now let's share about 3 tips for implementing food safety culture. The first one will be leadership. I believe leadership play a critical role in creating and sustaining a strong food safety culture within an organization. Do you agree that? Okay. As a leader, we need to set a clear expectation. Clearly outline your expectation for food safety in your business. This should be include those SOP, training requirements, performance expectation. So as a leader, you can actually positioning the food safety as a non-negotiable and recognizing giving credit to the employee who follow the food safety best practice. As a leader, we also can empowering and encourage our employee to raise their concern about food safety. Right. Next, as a leader, we need to walk the talk. Walking the talk meaning that leaders not only talk about importance of food safety, but demonstrate their commitment to it through their action. Because this will actually build the credibility, trust, motivation, and consistency. When a leaders demonstrate their commitment to food safety through their action, it will actually create a culture where everyone understands the importance of food safety and works together to maintain it. Okay. Next, we want to talk about training. Repetition is the key to making it stick. I believe all of you agree. When we repeat on something, people will remember. So, educate and train your employee. A proper training and education are crucial for maintaining a strong food safety culture. Provide your employee with the necessary training and resources to ensure they understand the importance of food safety and know how to handle the food safety. Imagine today, if let's say your workers do not understand about food safety, how they going to perform their job? Correct? Yeah. As an adult learner, I would like to share with you a few tips to make the training more effective. Yeah. As an adult learner, the best practice is we always start the training with why and make it personal to engage the audience. For example, if let's say today I'm organizing a food allergen training, instead of telling them we have 14 allergen in EU category, we tell them how many of you know someone with allergy. In this case, they will start to think about, oh, do I have any relative with allergic effect? Next, create a story of your topic after asking the why. So in this case, you will create a story to make it memorable. You can start to creating a story that a close friend of you having the allergic towards like peanut or towards like seafood, and how's the process go. So in this case, they will remember the story and understand why is allergen management important. Then we need to keep the content simple. Either we use a real life scenario to identify the right or wrong, and we can actually make the training material into the iconic instead of word. Instead of you written in many words, we make it like an icon, like how many allergen inside. Lastly, we need to reinforce after the learning event. So this reinforce, which means we need to have an evaluation and we need to refresh often. With these 5 tips, it can make your training more effectively. Next, I'm going to share about the third tips is measurements. Measurement is very important in a strong food safety culture. As the saying goes, what's get measured, get treasured. Do you agree that? Yeah, you can type in the chat box. Imagine we continue doing what we do every day without measuring how well we do it. We won't able to know how far are we from the goal we want to achieve and what do we need to close the gap. Without the measurement, there will be no input or information as if we are blindfolded and wandering in the dark. Monitoring procedure and food safety effort is the most crucial part of a successful food safety program. By measuring the important indicator that contribute to the food safety, we gain clarity on how are we doing in the food safety and whether the objectives set are achieved. For example, food safety KPI achievement, CCP monitoring result, pest control trend analysis, and project rejection are some of the measurement indicator that we can measure to our food safety. So here are the 2 questions to ask yourself when you set the measurements. First, we always ask ourselves, has a KPI been set, communicated, and understood at all levels? All level means all the relevant function in the company, not just QA, not just production, but other functions such as purchasing, maintenance, warehouse, sales, etc. If you already have the KPI set, is it communicated and people actually understand step by step what they need to do to achieve the KPI? Once you have the KPI in place, the next question that you're going to ask yourself is, how frequent do you do your food safety reporting? And how frequent do you review them? In business point of view, there are many reports that the higher management need to see at least once a month, or some even do it weekly. So, do you agree about the top 3 tips that I shared just now? Yeah. So, here are the top 3 tips that I shared for success implementing the food safety culture. Next, I'm going to share about the success story of a reputable chocolate company, Hershey. Yeah. I believe a lot of you know about Hershey. So, Hershey is one of the largest chocolate manufacturer in the world that has been serving moment of goodness more than 135 years. They established itself as a leader in food safety culture with a commitment to ensure the food safety and quality of its product. Hershey food safety culture is basically built on their own PEP program and corporate behavior. Hershey food safety culture is based on the food safety quality management system, regulatory compliance, and product quality. The PEP, the Product Excellence Program, is focused on identifying, reducing, and eliminating risks throughout the product design, supply chain, production, and distribution. So, the bottom line is that they owning and living the food safety every day and seeing everyone else doing it. That's why Hershey come up with the logo, I own it, I live it. This means that everyone owning and living the food safety every day and seeing everyone else doing it. Okay, so next is about the food safety culture continuous improvement models adopted by Hershey. I believe a lot of you know about these food safety culture continuous improvement models by Frank Yanis, because this is a very famous continuous improvement models. Same goes to Hershey. They adopt these models in their food safety culture. Today, I'm going to highlight about educate and train and communications. I'm going to talk about key element of Hershey employee training program. In Hershey, they emphasize a lot of the training program, which means the training does not stop at the plant floor to enhance the food safety culture. Rather, the company focus on the education and commitment of all the employee and supplier, whether the one are in production, purchasing, engineering, R&D, or marketing. Hershey want to make sure that everyone in the company understand the concept of food safety and their goal. In their employee training program, they actually go through these cycles. Their learning program actually consists of these elements: learning stage, practice, and operate. During the learning stage is where we share the knowledge. After you get the knowledge, you will start to practice it through stimulation and demonstration, and then start to operate it with the help of job aid or demonstrate at 6 months. Their employee training program are available in 7 languages. So this can actually help those that don't understand about English, they can also learn in other language. So this can help to remove the language barrier when it comes to learning. Next, they also simplify their training and the food safety topic into icon, make it into picture or diagram. Lastly, after the training done, they will actually do the evaluation and refresh offers. So these are the key elements of Hershey employee training program. Next, I'm going to talk about the communication in Hershey. In Hershey, communication are through multiple channels. As we know, communication is an important criteria of food safety culture. Effective communication can help to prevent the food safety incidents, ensure employees understand about food safety procedure, enable feedback and reporting, facilitate the collaboration, and promoting the accountability. By prioritizing the effective communication, the organization can create a strong food safety culture that support health and well-being of all of you that consume their food product. In Hershey, their communication not only in internal but externally to supplier. For example, their internal communication start with the food safety in corporate onboarding process, and then they also introduce some tools to change the behavior and increase awareness among the employee. They also track the progress with the corporate survey. They want to hear from employee voice. Next, they also have the senior leadership support and messaging, and all their learnings materials are available in 7 languages. Okay, for external communication, Hershey established the supplier monitoring program, which means they continuously monitor and verify their supplier, and also they communicate their supplier. They set the expectation for their supplier, for material supplier, packaging supplier. So supplier can actually get the expectation manual to understand the requirements of Hershey before proceed with Hershey. So conclusion, by implementing a food safety culture in your organization, you can start assessing your current food safety culture and identify the area for improvement. Once you have identified the area of improvement, you will start to develop a plan for implementation. After the plan of implementation, this is where we need to start to monitor and evaluating the progress. In Nexus, we actually establish a food safety culture questionnaire that can help you to have a quick check for your organization. If you are interested, you may scan the QR code to fill out the information. We will send the questionnaire by mail. We hear you and have a great news for all of you today. Since in our early webinar today, we talked about training and repetition is the key to making it stick, and training is important for food safety. So we actually have some public training in April. If you are interested, you may reach out to us for more information. So thank you so much for joining me today to discuss building a culture of food safety. I hope you found the tips and strategy I share valuable and applicable to your own operation. Remember, creating a strong culture of food safety is not one-time effort, but a continuous process. As the saying goes, culture is what you do today and every day. By focusing on communication, training, and accountability, you can create a safer and more efficient operation that prioritizes the health and well-being of your customer and employee. Thank you once again for your time. I wish you all the best in pursuit of a culture of food safety. Thank you. See you again. If you have any question about food safety culture or any question related to food safety, you can always click the link in the chat box and drop your message. We will try our best to respond to your question as soon as possible. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you.